Welcome back. In video 1, we explored the foundation of trauma, how it's not just something that happened in the past, but a lasting imprint on the nervous system that keeps the brain and body stuck in survival mode. We talked about how fight, flight, freeze, and shutdown responses are the body's way of coping, and why trauma isn't about weakness, it's a physiological adaptation. In this video, we'll go deeper into how trauma affects memory, emotions, and physical health, from flashbacks and anxiety to chronic pain and numbness. If trauma puts your body into survival mode, why doesn't it turn off when the danger is gone? That's the heartbreaking part. The body remembers the fear. Even years later, something as small as a sound or a smell can flip your nervous system into panic. In this video, we'll explore why trauma survivors often feel unsafe in completely safe environments, and how that affects memory, emotions, and physical health in surprising ways. Trauma's effect on memory and time. One of the most disorienting effects of trauma is how it distorts memory. For some people, certain memories get frozen, as vivid and emotionally intense as the day they happened. For others, entire periods of time may go blank. This isn't forgetfulness. It's the brain's attempt to protect you, but it comes at a cost. The lower parts of the brain, especially the amygdala, keep scanning for danger, even long after the event has ended. And when something triggers that memory, the body reacts as if it's still under threat. This is why someone with PTSD can feel totally overwhelmed by a passing sound, a facial expression, or even a tone of voice, while knowing logically they're not in danger. This is not a character flaw. If you've ever thought, why can't I just move on? Or I should be over this by now, it's important to know, trauma responses aren't about willpower or weakness. They're physiological. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk explains that the amygdala, our brain's threat detector, can become hypersensitive. So even small cues, ones that seem harmless to others, can launch the brain into a survival response. This is what's behind flashbacks, panic attacks, emotional outbursts, or freezing up. The rational brain knows everything's okay, but the survival brain doesn't care. It just wants to protect you. Have you ever reacted strongly to something small, a sound, a smell, or even a facial expression, and later wondered, why did that hit me so hard? That might not be you overreacting. It might be your nervous system protecting you in the only way it knows how. Seeing the world through a trauma lens. Trauma doesn't just change what you think, it changes how you think. There's a psychological test called the Rorschach test. Those inkblot images where people are asked, what do you see? Most people say something like a bat or butterfly, but trauma survivors often see violence, damage, or nothing at all. Why? Because trauma primes the brain to expect threat. It colors the way we interpret the world. Something as innocent as a joke can feel like an attack. A particular smell, sound, or piece of clothing can trigger shame, fear, or even rage. The world becomes a minefield of emotional landmines, invisible to others, but very real for the survivor. When the body stores the pain, the body doesn't just remember trauma, it holds it. And that stress doesn't stay trapped in the mind. Over time, it affects nearly every system in the body. Unresolved trauma has been linked to digestive issues like IBS or ulcers, chronic pain, especially in the neck, shoulders, or back, migraines, fatigue, fibromyalgia, hormonal imbalance, and autoimmune conditions, disrupted sleep, weight changes, and immune suppression. Some people experience numbness instead. As a form of self-protection, their nervous system shuts down, dulling all sensation. This can lead to a disconnection from the body, from pleasure, and even from a sense of self. When the senses stop communicating, here's a wild example researchers discovered. When trauma survivors were blindfolded and asked to identify common objects by touch, like a coin or a key, many couldn't. Their senses couldn't communicate clearly with their brain. Why? Because trauma can break the connection between the body's sensations and the brain's ability to process them. It's like living in a body you can't fully feel. Over time, this disconnect doesn't just lead to pain or numbness. It can cause people to feel like they're not fully alive, as if they're watching life from the outside, unsure how to get back in. To really get the most out of this series, take a moment to pause and reflect. These questions are here to help you retain what you've learned and begin applying it to your own healing journey. There's no right or wrong answer, just be honest with yourself. 1. Which symptoms discussed, like flashbacks, emotional numbness, or chronic pain, do you recognize in yourself or someone close to you? 2. What's one small way you could begin reconnecting with your body safely and gently this week? In part 3, we'll talk about how trauma affects relationships and why trust, connection, and even eye contact can feel dangerous for survivors. Also, we will see how shame isolates survivors and what healing looks like when we start to rebuild safety and trust. Download your free trauma healing workbook in the description.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.